live. If you're not watching it live, welcome to this live streamed video that I'm giving you a bit of a tour here in Scotland tonight. Hope you're all doing well. It's great to see you here. Thank you for joining in. I would love to know, of the live people here or watching live, I'd love to know who's watching, where you're watching from, basically. So let me know in the comments. But great to see you all here. I thought I was going to start a wee bit earlier, but then stuck in traffic and all the rest of it. But here I am anyway. Great to see you all here. So who have we got? Who have we got in the comments live? Where are you watching from? Got Carrie from Houston, Sue from Pennsylvania, Won the Hearts Ben, Foxbuck from Maine, Crazy Cat from Vermont, Mackenzie Hilton from Salt Lake City, Olga from Massachusetts, Patricia from New York, Mike from Connecticut. Brilliant to see you all here. We've got somebody from Callendar in Scotland. Good to see you here. Hope you're enjoying yourself here. Kerryville, Texas, Mary. Good to see you. Somebody from Edinburgh, just along the road. Ontario, Canada. Nova Scotia, Canada. Susan, great to see you. Amy back from North Carolina. Germany, North Carolina, Irvine, Texas. Boise, Idaho. Amy Hall, good to see you here. Virginia, basically a lot of people from all over the place. Laser from Sao Paulo. Jamie Johnson from Midway, Utah. Absolutely superb to see you guys. Like I said, hope you're having a great weekend. William, hello, from Phoenix, Arizona. So, Amal from Algeria. Here was the plan, right? I was going to bring you here to the spot I'm at now and show you the sunset, but I'm not sure. In fact, I'm pretty sure we're not going to get a decent sunset anymore, unfortunately. The weather's just came in on us. I wasn't going to do this live stream at all today because the weather has just not been playing ball. But it cleared up a little bit, so I thought I'd come out quickly. And then I came out and then the clouds came in again, as you can see behind me. Anyway, where do you guys think I am right now? Some of you guys who are from Edinburgh will know, but any of you guys who have been here, it might be a wee bit more of a guessing game for you. I'll let you think about that for a wee second, and I might give you a bit of a hint in a minute, and I'll tell you in a wee second. Anyway, I just want to say, to start off with this live stream, a big shout out to all my patrons out there. I really appreciate you guys. You know, your support on Patreon means a lot and really helps support my growth on YouTube and all the rest of it. Massive thank you to all my patrons. Big shout out. If you're interested in becoming a patron, I'd very much appreciate the consideration. There's a link in the description, link in the pinned comments. Everybody who joins will get some free merch. You also get free access to some videos and some exclusive content, a lot of exclusive content which I've got planned. For example, tomorrow I'm going to be posting a video exclusive for my patrons, which will be released like a week early before I release it to the public. So that's the kind of early access that I'm going to be giving to my patrons. Anyway, by the by, great to see you all here. I appreciate you, and do consider becoming a patron if you can. I much appreciate it. It really helps support the content in the channel. Let's see where you guys have guessed. I'm going to check through the comments if I can. Somebody said Musselburgh. No, I'm not in Musselburgh. Rachel said New Haven. I'm not in New Haven. Michael said Leith. Not in Leith either. Not a million a mile away from where you guys are saying, so I will take you a bit of a walk in a little minute, and I'll turn the camera around in a second so you can see exactly where I am. Who else have we got? Fort Worth, Texas. Great to see you here. Monads from Dunbar, St Andrews. Nope, none of those places. Davy Palmer says Granton. There is a bit of a clue to the right of me, behind me. There is a clue as to where I am. You can just make it out on the right top corner of this video right now. Got a bit of a clue. Uni from Seoul in South Korea. Thank you very much for joining, Uni. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing your name right, but it's great to see you here. We've got Marcel from Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. Great to see you here. No, I'm not in Rosyth. Craig says in the dock. Yeah, but which dock? There's lots of docks, isn't there? Lots of harbours. Peg watching from Scottsdale, Arizona. Some people are getting pretty close. Okay, we've got Cape Cod Hibby, who reckons I'm on the Edinburgh or Fife side of the bridge. Davy Palmer, you've got it. I'm in South Queensferry, which is a cracking wee place. I absolutely love it here. And it is, you know what, despite the fact the sunset hasn't come out to play for you guys for this video, it's still an absolutely cracking place. Bonnie Liu, thank you very much for joining. Great to see you here. Tim from Southern California, great to see you here. Thank you guys for joining. I just thought this would be a nice wee spot to come and take you. I'm going to spin the camera around so you can get a view of what I'm looking at in a wee second, because it's gorgeous here without the sunset even. So let me just turn the camera so you can see. Look at that. All right, so my camera is slightly squint on the horizon, but never mind. So that there in the middle bridge, the big one here, is the old road bridge, and the one behind it there is the new Forth Road Bridge. And as you can see, there's not a breath of wind. I was hoping the sunset would just poke through the clouds there, but it's not going to happen, I don't think. You know, the sunset's going to happen probably in about 15 minutes from now. Stunning. Look, if I turn the camera around that way, you'll be able to see that way. That is the old rail bridge up there. And we've got this wee harbour down here with all the boats are high and dry because the tide is out. And then the wee village of South Queensferry, which is really pretty as well. It's an absolutely cracking little village just outside Edinburgh. A lot of bars up there as well and restaurants up there. But I'll take you for a wee walk. Michael says, is this place where the New Year's Loony Dook takes place? Yes, indeed. Wee bit of a beach here, but nothing to write home about. You get a wee bit of a colour in the sky there for a sunset, but not nothing spectacular, eh? But the view with the Forth Bridges, it's pretty spectacular. So the story here is, right, you've got 3 bridges. Each bridge, and I think this is unique in the world anywhere, you've got 3 bridges here, right, and they've all been built in different centuries. So obviously the old rail bridge, which is a iconic Scottish bridge, was built in the 18th century? Different century was the middle one. And then the new road bridge, which was built about 5 years ago. So yeah, pretty cool. Just gonna let you guys enjoy the view for a wee minute. I'm gonna go a wee walk to the end of the pier so you guys can see. I'm gonna go walk down the pier. Yeah. Alright, let's go for a wee donder. You can see all the sailing boats down there. Cape Cod Hibby says, when am I coming back to the States? Well, we'll come back whenever the virus situation is over and we can travel again, because we're not obviously allowed to at the moment. Cape Cod Hibby, I've got something for you. I've got something especially for Cape Cod Hibby in the comments. Look at that. That is a fantastic boat. The Ferry Flyer with Heart of Midlothian badge on the top. How'd you like that? Don't want to fall over the edge there. Little nice boats here. You can see. All high and dry at the moment. I'm only having a bit of a laugh. Cape Cod Hibby. But that's quite a cool boat. The horizon in this camera is squint for some reason. I don't know how to fix it. Let's see if I can sort that out in a wee second. That's a nice sailboat there, quite a big one. Jennifer, when were the pier and the docks built? I have no idea. No idea. You can see all the boats though from here. Good, decent view. Shelley says, do we have seagulls here? Yes, we have a lot of seagulls. Don't know where they are hiding at the moment. I'm going to take you to the end of the pier though. Got Lady Azrael from Livy. You can see that's a low water mark. It's just about low water now actually. And then we're on the end of the harbour here, the end of the pier. Gorgeous. Even though the sunset hasn't come out, it's still a nice night, eh? Let me just put this on a harbour wall for a wee minute. How good is that? What a view. But the horizon is really bothering me, so I'm going to try and fix that in a wee second. I'm just going to turn my stabilizer off for a minute. I'm going to try and slide that along. See if this makes a difference. Sorry if it gets a wee bit jerky. Keeps trying to flip the camera around. Come on, stop moving, camera. Sorry, everyone. I think it's fixed the horizon though. Just about. I don't want, this camera is now perched on the harbour wall, so I don't want it to fall off. Anyway. Cracking night. Good to see all you guys here as well. I appreciate it. That's better. There's a wee bit of colour in the sky there, look. A wee bit of colour. Amy says, what is the waterway? This is the Firth of Forth, which is technically an estuary, right? The Firth of Forth is technically an estuary. Bosif, thank you very much for the super chat, all the way from Oklahoma. Very much appreciate it. I will definitely try and come out and check Oklahoma one day. So the Firth of Forth right here in front of me is an estuary, right? But this is salt water as well. So it's where the sea basically meets the river Forth. But where we are at this moment is mostly salt water and is very tidal. I'll take a walk through the town in a wee minute as well to show you about. It's just such a pretty spot. I love it here. Anyway, who have got in the comments? Great to see you all. So many people watching from all over the world. Very much appreciate you guys. Right, spinning the camera back round. The horizon is still not right, to be honest. I'm not sure how to fix it. Trying to manhandle my gimbal at the moment. But this bridge on the right here is obviously very important to Scotland historically, and it's a bit of a symbol of Scotland as well. Actually, that's quite pretty there. When you look at that view. That rail bridge was built 1800 and something, early 1800s maybe, a long time ago anyway, right? And actually, back in those days when they built this thing, it was, they obviously didn't have the safety equipment that we have nowadays to build, you know, and it's very, very high. And there was dozens of people died building this bridge. I just love the fact now that the water's like flat calm, like a mirror. There's no wind right now, so you can see, like, it's just like a glass, and you get the reflection of the bridge. Really cool. And there's also, if you look up there, there's just a wee bit of colour in the sky as well. Michael says 1882. Thank you very much for helping me out there. 1882 this bridge was built. It's a famous classic Scottish icon. And there's an island there which used to be a prison as well. Bit like Alcatraz in San Francisco, if anybody's watching from San Francisco. Cloudy night, but if I turn the camera this way, there's a bit of colour coming in the sky, a bit of sunset colour. There you go. The horizon is better. The horizon levelling is much better. But definitely a wee bit of sunset colours in the sky there, above the road bridges. It's pretty cool. And you can, like say, the water's so flat you can see the reflection. Thought I would share that with you guys tonight. Yeah, Ian, you're absolutely right. Right, let me just turn the camera around. Ian in the comments said about the painting of the rail bridge, which is a classic Edinburgh story, that when they were painting it, they used to start, like, imagine, I don't know which side they started, but imagine they used to start painting there. You can see it's like a red colour, right? That paint is there to protect the steel, so it didn't rust, right? So they used to start painting it, and then make their way along slowly, painting, and it used to take them a whole year, I think, or maybe longer, to get to the other side. And by the time they got to that side, they had to turn around, go all the way back to the beginning and start painting the other side again. So the old tale was that job of painting the Forth Bridge is never over. But very recently, within the last 5 years, I think, that story is now over, because finally they have finished painting the Forth Road Bridge, because they have got a new paint technology which the paint basically lasts longer. So now they have actually finished painting the bridge. The paint lasts for a lot more years now, so they basically don't have to paint it anymore. I think they will have to paint it in future, but they've got a bit of a break. The poor painter who worked on that job for all his life is getting a bit of a break, getting a holiday. Yeah, Monad says it's still so light here at 9:15 PM, which is true. You know, we get a good late sky at this time of year, especially in summer. June time, when it gets to June, like, it'll just be light all night, which is amazing. Anyway, I really appreciate you guys coming here and spending your Saturday night with me. Brilliant to see you all, but that's just such a perfect place. Like, that bridge is just such a great sight. It's gorgeous. I might take you a wee walk through the town, and take you closer to the bridge underneath there. Although it gets quite busy at that side, but it's just gorgeous. Look, you can see the lights have come on the bridges now. The new bridge is at the back. This bridge is not in use anymore. The one in the middle is used by buses only. Right, the buses and trucks still go over the middle one, but the one way at the back, which you can see with the lights on it, that is a new bridge that everybody has to cross when you're travelling by car. Anyway, let's go for a bit of a walk through the town. It's going to get dark pretty soon, I would say. In the next half an hour it will be dark, so I caught the timing just right. That over there is North Queensferry. This is South Queensferry. So this town here South Queensferry, been on the south of the river Forth, and then over the other side, across the bridge, is North Queensferry over there. And that takes you to Fife, yeah. Look at that, you're getting a bit of pop in the sky there, a wee bit of pink. So I did show you, I'm not lying, I did show you the sunset in Edinburgh tonight. No lies were told in the thumbnail of this video. That there is sunset, right? Pink sky. No. Say no lies were told. That is a sunset. I took you to see a sunset and I've delivered, I would say.
It's a lot more pink.
It's a lot more pink in real life, isn't it?
Yeah. It's actually quite nice.
It's nice, yeah. It's a nice photo. It's a great place to come take photos here. You've got the mixture of nature and human ingenuity and industrialization. Why a separate bridge for the rail and the cars? So basically, here's a story. This bridge was built before cars. Before we had cars on the road, they built this bridge. So it was built with not cars in mind, so they can't fit cars on that. The place where the trains go is actually a very narrow track in the middle there. They could not retrofit this to fit cars on it, basically. So that is a rail bridge. It will always be a rail bridge. They'll never have cars on that. The middle one, which they built last century, is the first road bridge they built, but they had to shut it because it started to... They put listening devices in the cables, and they started to hear that the cables, the big supporting cables up there, they were snapping, they were cracking, and they actually heard it on the listening devices, so that's pretty crazy. And they decided, you know what, it could be dangerous one day. It would cost more money to fix this road bridge rather than just building a new one. So they built a new one basically that was going to last a lot longer. Because even if they fixed this, they would have the same problem with the cable snapping. To take the strain off it, they've put all the traffic on that back bridge there, and now this one is just used for buses and trucks and nothing else. It's a bit of an overflow, so it is still in service, it is still usable, but they don't want the whole bulk of the cars going on it. And it's a shame maybe I couldn't take you to that other bridge because the lights are quite nice on it now. Anyway, we'll go along to the rail bridge, get a closer look at it, in the hope that yeah, there's a train going over the bridge now. Let me see if I can show you. Spin around camera. You can probably hear the noise. There it is there, look. And the lights have come on over the bridge as well, which is pretty cool. See the train? There it's there. This bridge will be all alight soon once it gets dark. They put the lights on. Pretty cool, right? Anyway, we'll go for a bit of a wander. There's a couple of bars that are open there now. Outdoor seating areas, which is nice. Nice to see. Dark. All the lights are turning. I love these boats. I'd love to have a sailboat one day, but that'll probably never happen. And you guys got a sailboat? And you guys watching? Let me know. I do watch actually quite a few sailing YouTube channels because I do enjoy the idea of it. I just don't really enjoy the practicality side of having a sailboat and the money aspect as well. Let's go for a wee walk through the town and see. Hopefully I don't lose the signal. If I lose the signal, well, at the end of the live stream. Let's see what we can see. Amy, you've got a ski boat. Lovely. That must be pretty fun. Some of these boats are in quite a rough condition, to be honest. Especially that white one. Needs a good scrub. That blue one over there, the white and blue one, looks good. These houses here, they've just got such a fantastic view with those big windows. Look at that. I think that might be one house. Look at that. These people have got such a great view. Right, let's go for a wee donder through the town. See what's happening. Hopefully no signals will be lost. There's a nice looking beer garden here called the Stag. I think it's shut now, but there was a few people here earlier. Nice wee spot to come and have a few beers on the water's edge. These are all makeshift tables and chairs. Take you up through the town here, because it is quite a pretty town, South Queensferry as well. What would those homes cost? Someone asked. I'm not sure, to be honest. Very expensive. Especially the ones on the water with the big windows. They'll be very, very expensive. Anyway, this is the town centre of South Queensferry. It's a very pretty high street here. Lots of shops and bars and pubs all here on the left side. If you've been watching my videos for a while or for years, you'll notice that I came here during New Year's. That's a nice place, look at that. Cracking bar. It's even got a view of the water there. Looks very nice. We need to come back here once it's all open again.
I think they're open now down there. Look.
They've got an outdoor bit, yeah. Maybe come here for dinner one night once we get back to normal.
Or is this one?
Orocco Pier. Post office close. There's a bit of a terrace up there as well. I might actually take a wee walk up the terrace. That's a view from where we just came from. That's the road we just walked along there. Let's go for a wander up this wee terrace. So another wee opening here on the left hand side as well, with a view of the bridges. Look at that, fantastic when it just opens up like that. You can see the tide's starting to come in now a wee bit. These are the steps that we used to go down for the what do you call it? The Loony Dook. In New Year's we do the Loony Dook, which the 1st of January everybody runs down these steps and goes for a swim on the 1st of January. Cracking view though. You can see the lights have been turned on now. There's a bar down there too, or a restaurant. See it?
The boathouse is there.
Boathouse. Probably a few nice places here. I'll have to look at reviews online to see which bar or restaurant to go to. I'm even hearing some music, but I think it's coming from somebody's house. Do you hear music?
Yeah.
Cars coming along the road from that side. I'll take you up this wee terrace here. It's just like a wee bit of a rise on the high street with some wee shops here, shops and bars. You can hear the cars going along the pebbles, not the pebbles, the cobbles. Imagine that, look. There's a wee cottage there, right in the water. This cottage for sale. And it looks like they might have this wee cottage at the end and possibly parking down there as well. So that could be a nice wee spot. That. I don't know, they've probably, I would think, got a window on the far side. So if somebody asked me how much a house would cost on the water here, have a wee look. If you have a look for houses for sale and check South Queensferry, you'll probably find this one. And then you'll get your answer for how much it costs, because I have no idea. But it'll be expensive. It looks like a nice spot. There's another bar there I've never seen before. Not sure if it's a bar or like a food place, to be honest. It looks like food. But there's an old pub here, which I've never been into, but it does look cool. The ferry tap. Because before the bridges, of course, this would have been a ferry to get to the other side. Look at that. Ferry tap. This building here, it looks like houses, but it says Black Castle on it. From 1626, this building. So somebody just said they looked at that house for sale and it was offers over 335,000. So quite a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
Actually.
Thought it'd be more. Depends what size it is, to be honest.
And the state of it.
And the state of it. It's probably in the state house. The estate agents over there in the window. There's another terrace up here. I'm not sure if I can go up. Can I? So we've got the wee shop, a row of shops here, and then a terrace. I think we can go up. Looks like people's front gardens, but I think it's all right. Dora said, "Is this stream going to be archived?" Yes, it will be. Again, like I said, if you live here, you just have that fantastic view of the bridges. Imagine, right? You live here, up there in those windows, and you can see that smashing. It has rained here quite a lot, so you can see the ground's pretty wet. And at the end of this terrace here, at the end of this terrace, you can see the houses are all painted different colours, which is quite nice. Light blues and pinks. Matthew, how long is the bridge? I don't know, to be honest. It is long though. Like the road bridge is quite long. It takes like 5 minutes to drive over it.
What's that place?
The lights just turned on. That place there. That building. I'm going to tell you guys, I'm going to stop here for a second, right? It's not a particularly beautiful building, this. But I'm going to stop for a second because that there, the road bridge is behind me, that is the registration office. South Queensferry registration office, right there. And that is where Tech and I got married for the first time, right there in that building.
For the first time.
For the first time.
Married more than once.
Yeah, they did get married more than once because we had to do it in Brazil as well. But the Scottish marriage happened in this building, in the registration office. So there's a bit of personal history for you. With that view, look at that. And we took a lot of wedding photos along the street here on the river as well. So it was quite cool.
The window sees you can see the rail bridge.
You can see the rail bridge from the window.
So
yeah.
the photos we took was the rail bridge more than...
Yeah.
Because the other bridge didn't exist, the third one.
That's true. Yeah, so we got married in here and then afterwards we took photos just behind it. So you can see the rail bridge. There's actually a cool reflection here on this puddle. Look at that. I always like taking photos of reflections. I'm not sure if it's going to show the bridge, probably not. Puddle reflections of the old houses there. There you go, boom, reflection, the old village. And the bridges have got their lights on now. So yeah, the registration office, bit of personal history. If we walk along, nice houses, yeah.
Looking inside. Look.
Tech has been nosy and looking inside all the houses. Look at the colours of these houses though, look. The light blues, the whites, light pinks, all very pastel colours. These are probably very old, these houses. I don't know exactly when, but the building back there said 1600s on it. Then look at that house on the left. That little white house. I mean, that's probably been there forever as well. It does look pretty cool. And look at the view they've got in the back. Edinburgh Road sign on it. And we're coming to a very narrow part of the high street here, which is going to... You guys can hear the birds going mental. If I'm right in thinking, there should be a chippy on the corner here, which I have actually been into. There's a bit of a queue for the chippy, so the chippy there, I have been inside. Tulips. Decca's looking at tulips behind me. And that old building in the corner there. It's built in 1870, according to the badge on it. See the lights in the background. 1870. Yeah, chippy is fish and chips, gigi. And there's a pizza place at the end here which is not open. We're going to take a wee walk to the end here because there's another pier which we can walk out to a little bit and we'll get a close-up view of the bridge. Look at that though, gorgeous. Even without a sunset tonight, even without a good sunset, it's still pretty. Shot of the bay, Matthew, here you go. All the way around.
Look, they put the lights on the...
The lights on the... Can't really see it on camera though. Yeah, the tide is out, Matthew. It's this is, I think, low tide was like half an hour ago, so the water would usually be higher than this. Anyway, just going to walk along the end here. I can see the Loch Ness Monster, I think. Is that the Loch Ness Monster? I can see the Loch Ness Monster. I think that's the Loch Ness Monster. Have you seen that before?
Yeah, during the thing.
Tech has seen this, but I've never seen this before. I don't remember seeing it. I'm going to show you guys the Loch Ness Monster. It's not... The Loch Ness Monster is not there in the water. He's over here. Look. There's a mosaic Loch Ness Monster. I'm going to try and cross the road without getting run over. There you go. Look at that. It's more like a dragon, to be honest. I think it's supposed to be the Loch Ness Monster. Definitely looks more like a Game of Thrones dragon. Such a nice wee spot to come and spend a few hours, get something to eat, get a chippy, and watch the lights.
Is that up there?
Up there?
All the pink fish.
Looks like it. I don't know where it goes. There's houses up there. Decca's wondering because there's all these cherry blossom trees here, which they don't look good now because it's very dark. There might be a path there that goes up. I think there is, to a housing estate at the top there, through those trees. It looks like a wee park down there as well. I think there is a path there. Anyway. It's a wee bit dark here, the lights are not that strong, so hopefully you guys are seeing this easily enough. Great view though, with the lights on. A wee bit of red sky over there, look. I wasn't wrong about the sunset. You can zoom in, look. I promised you guys a sunset, and you can see a sunset right there. I gave you a sunset, so I wasn't lying. We'll have to zoom in pretty close to see it though. Yeah, let's see if we can get underneath right underneath the rail bridge on a pier. Oh, stood in a puddle, that's great. Lovely. Soggy feet, there's nothing like it. And then we have another sculpture that I'm going to show you guys, right? Do you want me to show you another typical Scottish sculpture? Here's a sculpture for you. We had Loch Ness Monster over there, and here we have a shopping trolley. Typical Scottish sculpture. A shopping trolley in the wild, stolen from the local shop. Don't know why, but you tend to find shopping trolleys in all kinds of weird places in Scotland. Probably not just in Scotland, probably in other places in the world as well. A feral trolley, Matthew. Back round to the bridges. I'm not showing you much of my face, but I don't think I should because the view is just too nice. Path down to the beach there, but I don't want to get my feet all sandy, so I'm not going down there.
Already all wet.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of people on this path up ahead because everybody parks there. But anyway, there is a pier there I'm going to walk to. See, the sky's clearing up now, look.
Oh yeah.
The sky is definitely clearing up.
Well, half an hour too late.
Half an hour too late, yeah. But that is definitely a clearing up sky. No clouds and a bit of a pink sky. So, anyway, let's go for a wander along to the pier. Just need to watch because there's a lot of people on this path here. It's quite tight. Let's go for a wee donder. Everybody parks here. I park here as well usually, because you can sit in the car basically and watch the sunset. What I mean is a lot of people in their cars. I'll be walking right in front of them, spoiling the view. You see, there's quite a few restaurants on the right hand side up there as well. I'll show you the view there. The sky is definitely clearing up. It's been raining all day. Fourth rail bridge. See, the thing is, like this old bridge, you can actually see as well. Pink colour in the sky. This fourth rail bridge has stood the test of time. Been here for donkeys, whereas that bridge here in the middle didn't even last, you know, a few generations. Anyway, let's make our way onto the pier underneath the bridge so you can get a really close-up view. From here you can see all the bridges in one shot. the right and the left. Anyway, this pier here is where you used to be able to get a ferry. I think you still can get a ferry here to one of the wee islands. Is a bit of a tour. Now there's like a lifeguard centre here. And of course, more pubs. I think there's like 2 different pubs there. Anyway, we're just about right underneath the bridge now. This is about as close as I'll be able to take you, but I will get right underneath it in a wee second. Hopefully. You can see the Coast Guard office here, and their wee van. They've probably got a Coast Guard, not a Coast Guard, they've got a lifeboat in there somewhere as well. Don't know if you guys know this, but the Coast Guard here in the UK is a voluntary organisation, so it survives on donations basically. I'm not sure if I'm even allowed along here, but I'm going to go because I saw other people on it. Yeah, there's people down there. I'm going to go. Where's Tekka? I'm waiting for Tekka to come, but you can see here, basically almost right underneath the bridge now. Right there. Got a nice close-up view of the bridge with the lights on. Pretty dark along here. But once we get down to the water, looks like there's more lights. Somebody asked me earlier, are there seagulls here? You can probably hear now the seagulls yelping on the right hand side. And you can see them actually flying there as well somewhere. It's a bit dark, but there are seagulls down there. Squawking away. So there's 2 sides of this pier. One side looks like it gets really close up to the old rail bridge. Another side gets the view back towards Queensferry. Back towards the road bridges there. Where, by the way, if I can zoom in, you'll see there's definitely a sunset happening. I was right. Back towards the village where we just walked along from, all the way along there. For whatever reason, this pier is split into 2. With a really high wall in the middle. And I think if I'm on that side, you won't be able to see the rail bridge. If I'm on that side, you won't be able to see the road bridge. So you guys decide, where do I go, right or left? Tell me right now in the comments, right or left. You want to see the road bridges or the old rail bridge up close? Right, somebody said right, lots of people saying right. Tina says left. Rail bridge, right, it seems the most popular. Alright, okay. Most people, almost all people are saying right, so let's go right. That's why I love doing these live videos. Come on. There's a lot of seaweed here, because obviously the tide comes all the way up here, and it makes it very slippy. We've also got a tugboat on the end of the harbour here, so they must help like the ships get up the channel. I'm surprised there's no seals. There's usually seals down here as well.
There's the seal. Did
The
you see
seal.
the seal statue?
Oh, I didn't see it, no.
Oh, when you come back, you see.
Oh no, there's a break in the wall down here, so I will be able to show you the other side as well. We'll try and get right up close to the bridge, first of all. You can see these old pillars, they're made of brick. just been here for the centuries.
You can see where the water goes. Can you see on the... No.
Sharon said you saw me live streaming in town the other week. It's cool.
Come say hi.
Come say hi, yeah. This pier. It's probably about as close up as you can get to see the bridge from almost right underneath it. See the seagulls and hear the seagulls there. Here is a tugboat. So way up the river there's like Grangemouth Docks, which is a big industrial shipping dock site. And I think the tugs here, the tugboats, help some of the ships navigate under the bridges and then go up the river. So I think that's a tugboat.
Very slippery.
It's very slippy because of the seaweed. And also this is now below, we're currently below the high tide mark, so all this would usually be covered in water. This would all be covered in water usually, which is why it's very slippy. So with it being low tide, there's a seagull, some Scottish wildlife for you. Little Mr. Seagull. With it being low tide, we're getting extra close up to the bridge right now. We'd never usually get this close. Be cool if a train was to come over now. You get a really good view of the train and you'll be able to hear it. Hear the waves lapping up here on this pier. There you go. A very super close-up view of underneath the Forth Rail Bridge, the famous old Forth Rail Bridge. Matthew says, does it have an air brine smell? Does the air have a brine smell? And it definitely does. You can smell the seaweed. Craig says, take a dip. No chance. The water will be freezing. See the waves starting to lap up the pier here. Wow, the sky is actually really red right now on that other side. You can't really see it on the phone, but to the eye it looks super red there. Just there under the bridges. You can see just there, that is the sunset there. The weather right now, it's been raining all day, but the rain has stopped now. The temperature is like 9 degrees Celsius, 10 degrees Celsius, so not very warm. It's not freezing either. There you go, close up of the rail bridge. Let's zoom in a bit, there you go. There you can really see the structure. It's just like steel beams made at a time when we didn't have any fancy technology. This bridge will just last forever. There you go. You see they've got the lights there, big lights. So you can get a nice wee view, nice picture. Jean says, is the water typically this calm and smooth? No. This is actually quite a rare night. There's no wind tonight whatsoever, and that's why you can see the water is just like flat. Like a mirror. Somebody says nothing lasts forever. Sure, of course it won't last forever, literally. But I can tell you what, this bridge has been here for, now literally hundreds of years. The Middle Road Bridge has been here for, less than 100 years, and it's already out of service because it's broken and they'll never ever fix it. So they had to build a new bridge at the back. There's 3 bridges. That one bridge, 2 bridge in the middle, and you can't really make out. And then the one with the lights on it, the one at the back, is a new road bridge. That one built less than 100 years ago. I think it was in like the 60s or 70s, if my mind serves me right. It's out of service already because it's broken and they'll never ever fix it. This one is still in service. They're still running trains over it. And they were all built in different centuries. So there you go. it stood the test of time, and it will be for a long. It'll still be here, and it'll still be in service for a very long time to come. Anyway, let me take a walk over to the other side. Getting quite dark now. If you look this way, the sky's still light on the one side. If I can walk up to the gap in the wall, I'll take you over to the other. Pretty spooky. It looks like a start of a murder movie along here. You can see if I get close to the wall here. This is below the low tide mark, and you can see it's all covered in seaweed. It's all seaweed and barnacles. Joy, good morning, all the way from Australia. Thanks for joining in. It's crazy that so many different time zones watching. Go for this gap in the wall here. Now you can see the view from this side. Wow, the water is so calm, it's unbelievable. Look at that, flat as a mirror. Zoom in, you can see the two bridges there. The one that's dark is the old road bridge, and the one with the lights on it at the back is the new one. And the water is just like an absolute mirror. What time is it? I don't even know what time it is. Somebody said what time is it. Do you know what time it is, Decker?
5 to 10.
5 to 10 at night. 5 to 10 at night, and as you can see there's still a bit of sunset there. And the sky is still not dark really. There's still a bit light in the sky. 10 PM. So there you go. Zoom back out. Like I said, from here you can see all the bridges. That one up there, and then the two over there. Somebody says, can you fish from the pier? You can. There's just not that many fish up here, to be honest. Get some flatfish, but I've fished up here before. Flatfish and eels. Slimy eels. We've now been streaming for an hour, which has been pretty good. I just saw a bat fly past my head, actually. There's been don't know if you'll be able to see it, but I just saw in the light, definitely a bat. If we watched closely, we might see a bat together. Hold on, let me see. Where are you, bat? Come out. No, maybe this light up here. No, I can't see the bats now, but I definitely saw a bat. You'd usually sometimes see seals along here as well. I've not seen any tonight, but you can see all the cars parked up along that pier there. It's a great place to, especially if you get some takeout food like a chippy or burgers or whatever. You can get takeout food and then sit on that esplanade and just watch the sunset. Watch the sunset or watch the bridges. I think there's a bit of social banter that goes on as well. Anyway, that's pretty much it for South Queensferry, to be honest, and the bridges. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the views and the bridges. Somebody said, Sean, will Scotland get independence? I don't know his answer, but there was an election today here in Scotland and it went pretty well for Scotland's independence parties. Oh, there's a great light here that I can show myself and talk to you guys. Look at that. It's really dark here, so I shouldn't be able to. You usually can't see me when it's this dark on camera, but because of the big floodlights, it's all good. Anyway, what was I saying? The election. There was an election in Scotland today, and the pro-Scotland nationalist parties did very well, and are going to form a majority, which is great. And then we will see what happens next. We don't know is the answer at the moment, but hopefully,
Not now, at least.
hopefully in the next couple of years things might happen. But I'll keep you updated. But anyway, like I said at the start of the stream, Carrie, thank you very much for the super chat. People said, yeah, that is my wife who appeared on the stream. She's very shy, so she doesn't tend to come on camera very often, but that is Tekka. Carrie, thank you so much for that super chat. I very much appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you please do check out the links for my Patreon. I'm trying to build out my Patreon and actually do some really, really great stuff on there. If you join as a member, there will be free merch. You'll get free merch, and you will get some live access, instant access, and early access to some of my stuff, which hopefully you guys will enjoy. And it's just a great community. I really, really appreciate all the guys who support me on there, and all you guys as well who are watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you guys have a great Saturday night, whatever it is you're doing. And I will speak to you really soon over the next few weeks. We'll do some more content. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Matthew, thanks for the super chat. I appreciate you.
And I see the statue. Or the seal statue.
Is there a seal statue? Wait a minute. Don't go yet. Tekka said there is a seal statue.
I don't know if it's gonna be dark now.
You might not see it, but let's go and see the seal statue. I've never saw this seal statue, but Tekka saw it. Let me see. So this is where the lifeboat lives. Whenever there's an emergency here, the lifeboat gets ejected out of there. I was saying to you guys earlier briefly that the RNLI, which is the Royal National Lifeboat Institute or something like that, is our Coast Guard, and they are a voluntary organisation, and they rely purely on the donations of the public and institutions as well. But it is a voluntary service, so the people who are lifeguards who work on these lifeboats are... It's a charity that saves lives. Look, I don't understand why it's not a government organisation, because you would think it would be. Anyway, so if anybody's interested, they do a really good service. They actually save some lives, you know, all the time on the sea. It's very dark along here. What is that? That's like an old lighthouse. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
That's an ancient lighthouse. Probably one of the original buildings here, which has now been superseded. That's cool. Anyway, let's take us along to a seal statue. Where's this seal statue? Left or right, Tekka? Right. Oh, there. It's two seals, it's not just one. A baby and a mum, look. There you go. We didn't see a seal in the real life, but we would have usually saw them. But there is a seal statue. So you guys waited for that. Oops. There you go. You got to see the seal after all, indeed. It's a bit dark though, you can't really see that much. Sharon, there is a cool statue of Nessie. I actually showed it on the live stream earlier. Tekka shining the light so you guys can see better. Look. The mum seal and the baby seal. Sharon, we actually did pass the Nessie statue earlier, which is pretty cool. Anyway, let's get back to the bridges over there on the left. Oh, by the way, you can actually catch in the summertime, not at the moment, but you can get a pleasure boat here, which goes out into the bay and then along to the islands away down there. Anyway, there you go. Done a live stream at Queensferry. You've seen the bridges, which are there behind me, and all very dark at the moment, but I very much appreciate you guys watching. It's been great to speak to you. Like I said, please go and check out my Patreon page. The link is pinned. And have a great weekend all. I will speak to you guys really soon. Take care. Bye.